My FYP project is on investigating subtypes of Alzheimer's disease using graph neural networks on functional MRI scans. Previous studies suggest that Alzheimer's disease is heterogeneous. This means that the disease can manifest from different disease mechanisms, resulting in different disease severity, symptom profile, and treatment response. Hence, understanding this heterogeneity is important for creating a cure for Alzheimer's disease, which remains elusive today. The goal of this study is to identify subtypes of Alzheimer's disease through clustering hidden activations from our proposed multitask graph convolutional network. We show how our subtypes can be validated quantitatively and qualitatively and show the biomarkers specific to each subtype. Why are graph convolutional networks preferred over feed-forward neural networks? They are powerful as they can incorporate metadata such as age and gender to learn richer representations. Additionally, multitask learning was used to perform both disease classification and memory score prediction simultaneously. In the process of optimizing for both tasks, the model can learn intermediate features that are more general, and this improves performance over optimizing for a single task, as we will show in the results of our experiments. Before we can use graph convolutional layers, a graph needs to be constructed. Each node of the graph and its features correspond to functional connections derived from the fMRI scan of a subject. The edge weights between nodes are determined based on the similarity of age and gender between subjects corresponding to the nodes. Our proposed network consists of layers as shown. Firstly, the input layer feeds in input features, which are functional connections between pairs of regions of interest. The embedding layer is introduced as a dimension reduction method, reducing the total number of features from over 30,000 to 500. The graph convolution layers are then applied to learn rich representations. There are two training phases. In the first phase, there is no subtyping layer. After training, the hidden representations after the value layer are clustered using spectral clustering to find subtypes. In the second phase of training, we introduce the subtyping layer as shown. This subtyping layer essentially is introduced to quantitatively validate our subtypes. We show that this addition of subtyping layer with the number of nodes equal to the number of subtypes actually does improve our accuracy. A series of experiments show that our proposed network improves performance. Our first observation from this table is that graph convolutional networks outperform fixed forward networks for the three tasks. The first task being disease classification between patients and healthy controls. The second task being memory score prediction, and lastly, the multitask learning of both. Secondly, we also observe that multitask learning outperforms optimizing for a single task. You can see that multitask learning leads to 77.8% accuracy for disease classification as compared to only 75.1% accuracy if you simply do disease classification. Our last observation is that the addition of a clustering layer improves the accuracy from 77.8% to 80%, which serves as a quantitative validation of our subtypes. A single nucleotide polymorphism is a genetic variation that is present in a sufficiently large fraction of the population, usually greater than 1%. The subjects are divided into 5 groups, 4 AD subtype groups, and 1 control group. In our first test, the Fisher-Exact test was performed to find the SNPs whose distribution significantly differ between an AD subtype and the CN group. In the second test, we compare the entire AD group with the CN group, while previously we compared each subtype with the CN group. So we found subtypes that are significantly different in the first test but not the second test, which validates our subtypes qualitatively. To obtain subtype-specific biomarkers, we use integrated gradients to first find the importance scores for each functional connection. The saliency scores for each subtype are given by the averaged saliency scores among subjects of the subtype. We can then plot the top 10% regions of interest in terms of saliency scores for each subtype. We can also plot important anatomical regions for each subtype. These images show the important regions in the brain for distinguishing the first AD subtype from healthy controls. The first row gives the axial axis view, the second row gives the coronal axis view, and the third row gives the sagittal axis view. Similarly, for the second AD subtype, the third AD subtype, and the fourth AD subtype. The importance of anatomical regions were obtained for each of the subtypes and are plotted on the heat map, where brighter regions imply greater importance. The score for an anatomical region can be obtained by taking the average of all the importance scores of functional connections incident on the region. We can see that the patterns differ between the subtypes. In conclusion, we showed that the use of graph convolutional layers and multitask learning improves performance for disease classification and memory score prediction. AD subtypes were discovered by clustering useful representations learned by the network. The 4 subtypes were validated quantitatively with improved accuracy from a submapping layer and qualitatively with genetic association analysis. Integrated gradients was used to find saliency scores and subtype-specific biomarkers. The proposed methods are applicable to other neurological disorders and imaging modalities.